Welcome to another episode of the Celebrity Chef Show. My name is John Ferrucci. Today we're going to make a lasagna. Now, I've already got my preparation done here. This is what we call our mise en place. All my preparation is done. I have my meat sauce, my spaghetti sauce, our shredded mozzarella, Parmesan cheese, my ricotta, and the noodles already cooked. So once you have all this done, that's the hard work. Putting it together just takes a few minutes, and we're going to do that right now. So I have about 15 I have about 24 ounces of ricotta here, and I have one beaten egg. So we're going to drop that in here. I've got some fresh parsley and some basil, fresh basil, and some parsley. We have a little salt. I like to use, when I'm preparing something that has a white texture like this, I like to use a white pepper so you don't get those black pepper flakes. Okay, and that's all that goes into the ricotta. Well, you can put some grated cheese in here too, but we'll get this egg mixed in a little bit. Now, normally, if I'm only making one small lasagna for myself, for example, I wouldn't put in a whole egg. I would just use the egg yolk. Because sometimes if you put in the whole egg, the egg white makes this very soupy. It's too loose. And you have to tighten it up with a little bit of grated cheese. I'm going to put a little bit of grated cheese in here. Now, I have two types of grated cheese. This one is actually a Parmesan that I've shredded myself. This one is a prepared one that you can just buy in the grocery store. The reason I'm using this in here is because this has what's called a cellulose, and that's an anti-caking ingredient that keeps the cheese from caking up inside that jar. So that also is going to help bind this. So it'll pick up that little bit of extra moisture that we got from the egg. Okay. And I think I'm going to put in just a little bit more salt because don't forget, ricotta is just milk that's, an acid is added to some milk. For example, lemon juice. You can make your own ricotta, really. So it's pretty bland, but we do have all those beautiful parsley and basil in there. And I think we're good right there. That should be enough. That should be enough for these 2 pans of lasagna that I'm going to be making. So, normally I would make what's called a bolognese sauce. And a bolognese sauce is made with veal, ground veal, and your spaghetti sauce. So you'd make your regular spaghetti sauce, brown your veal off, and cook it in your spaghetti sauce. I can't get ground veal down in this area, so I'm using a mixture of ground beef and pork. Okay, so I cooked this already for about an hour. So basically, it's a meat sauce. It's not a bolognese sauce, but I think for the purpose of this demonstration, it'll be fine. Now, I'm making 2 pans. I'm making one in our baking dish because this is going to be for myself. We're going to probably bake this tomorrow and have it for dinner. Now I'm making one for my neighbor, so I'll put it in this disposable so that they don't have to bring the dish back. I also have already prepared my noodles, okay? And I keep a little glass of water nearby because sometimes as you're waiting to make this and put it together, these noodles will stick together, so that'll just kind of free them up a little bit. So first thing you want to do is put a little sauce in the bottom of your pan. Okay? And we can make the 2 of them together. Okay. Now you start layering. Our first layer is going to be with the meat sauce. So we're going to put this one here, this one there. And you don't have to be too particular with these pastas if it's broken. Sometimes they'll break when they cook. See, I overhang them like this. And then I fold them over so that there's some pasta actually in the middle. 2, and this one we'll just put right in the middle now. And we'll do the same for here. Put this one like this. Hopefully I cooked enough noodles. I thought I did. Put that one there. This one here. And this one here. Here we got a little half one there. So your first layer is going to have the meat sauce. So we're going to give it a good portion of meat sauce. Okay? And all these are heated up. Whether you're going to make it today or not, it's a good idea to heat all your sauces up. And you're going to use all the meat in your first layer. Well, we could we'll save a little bit for the next. Okay, now we're going to use the Parmesan that I grated, which is a good Pecorino Romano. Sprinkle that liberally. Next, we've got shredded mozzarella. Put a nice layer of shredded mozzarella. I also have some fresh basil here. I like to just pick some fresh basil like this. It just adds to the flavor of the lasagna. Now, just fold this back over, fold that back over, fold this one, and this one, this one, and this one. Then we'll get one here, like this. Well, you can gently push that down a little bit. Now, the deeper your container, the more layers you're going to have. These aren't that deep, so we're going to probably just make 3 layers. This next one, we're going to put just a little sauce. Okay. Again, a little grated cheese. Now we'll put the ricotta. And you're going to kind of just drop it. Okay. This is going to be your ricotta layer. Okay. A little bit of here. Try to get it all, you don't want to waste any of it. Again, like I said, we're using a little bit of a thin pan here, so if we had something a little bit deeper, you could make 3 or 4 or 5 layers even. But this is going to be perfect for what we're doing. Now you can also add a little bit more mozzarella to this. And another package right here. And this was a block of mozzarella that I shredded myself too. I don't like to really buy the prepared shredded mozzarellas because you don't know how long they've been sitting on the shelf. Alright, so now I think what I'm going to do is cut these because it doesn't look like I have too many left in there. I want to be sure that I have enough to top this. So we'll cut them so that they fit. One there, and one there, and one half there. I'll be sure I have enough for my own over here too. Usually, I can almost figure that it's going to take nine lasagna pastas to make a casserole of this size. See, once you get that on there, then you could press it down. I still have a few in there. I think I'm going to have enough, actually. And this layer here of pasta, you could make a little bit heavier. Okay, so now you see what I'm doing here? Now I'm pressing the ricotta into shape. Okay? Put one more this way. And the pasta's nice and dry, which is good because then you won't get any of that water. Got just a few left. It's perfect. It actually worked out pretty good. I'll put one more here. Okay. One more here. Got one more here, and some of these little scraps we can put in here too. But we'll put a little sauce first. Put a little sauce first. Okay. Let's do a little grated cheese. And a little sauce. And a little grated cheese. Alrighty. Well, actually, before I put that on there, I want to use up the rest of that meat sauce. So I don't have that much left, so I'll just put it all into this one here. This was about a pound and a half of meat, actually. Okay, now I'm going to put these two sauce pieces here. And again, a little bit more sauce. I have to tell you, it is going to take quite a bit of sauce. I have here about 2 quarts of sauce. Okay, so it does take quite a bit of sauce. Now you're going to bake these off for about 350 for, oh, maybe 35, 40 minutes, maybe 45 minutes. You want to be sure the center is nice and warm. Like if I were to bake this now, because everything's fairly warm, it would probably take 40 minutes. Push everything down here so the sauce goes down to the bottom. This I don't want to do. The same over here. I didn't tell my neighbor that I was making this for him. I'm sure he's going to be pretty excited. Actually, you don't want to put any mozzarella on the top of this now, because when you bake it, it'll burn because it's going to be in the oven for so long, you know. So what you'll do is you'll bake this covered for about 45 minutes. Then take the cover off, put extra mozzarella at the top, put it back in the oven for about 10 minutes. That mozzarella is nice and melted, and you got yourself a nice lasagna. So, again, we could put in a few pieces of basil, just for a little color, a little flavor. I love the taste of fresh basil. And that's it, folks. So you see, once everything is prepared in advance, this just takes you a minute to make. So the main thing is you have to get your meat sauce, your tomato sauce, shred your cheese, dice up your parsley, your basil, your ricotta, put it all together, and there you have it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. It's a short video about making lasagna, and maybe you'll try this at home and let me know if you do and how it comes out. I would appreciate your feedback. So again, my name is John Ferrucci, Celebrity Chef. Have a good day.